Buying a car is a huge decision, but what happens when your dream ride turns into a nightmare? Some cars may look great, but beneath the surface, they're packed with costly issues, frustrating breakdowns, and disappointing performance. Worse? Many of these models are shockingly popular, leaving countless owners full of regret. We've combed through thousands of reviews, complaints, and expert opinions to reveal the most hated cars that owners regret buying from the 2025 Owner Satisfaction Study. Stick around to the end. You'll learn which cars to avoid and save yourself from an expensive mistake. Starting at number 17 is the Audi A4. The Audi A4 carries a luxury badge, but not every model year lives up to the hype. Owners have reported a range of frustrating issues, with the 2011 model standing out as the worst. The biggest complaint? Excessive fuel consumption. Drivers find themselves constantly refilling the tank, making it an expensive ride. But fuel inefficiency isn't the only headache. The 2011 A4 has serious engine problems, which have led to costly replacements. And since an Audi isn't just any, you could end up shelling out over $5,000 to fix it. Despite the 2009 model having more complaints overall, the 2011 takes the crown for the priciest repairs. Between 2008 and 2011, the Audi A4 struggled with recurring engine troubles, mainly excessive oil consumption. Many drivers faced performance drops at around 60,000 miles, far too soon for anyone investing in a long-term ride. However, things improved after 2011, with Audi addressing these persistent problems. If you're considering an older Audi A4, think twice before buying a model from this problematic period. The high repair costs and frequent issues make it a risky investment. Next up at number 16 is the Mercedes-Benz C300. The 2015 C-Class sedan turned heads with its stylish design and advanced tech. But it didn't take long for owners to realize it had some serious flaws. What seemed like a luxury ride at first quickly became a major disappointment. One of the biggest issues? A noisy steering system that keeps failing. Then there's the fuel supply module, known to overheat and even pose a fire risk. Now, when it comes to safety, things get worse. Faulty airbags and a software glitch that could send the wrong location in an emergency make it a risky choice. But that's not all. The 2015 C-Class isn't as luxurious as it looked. Owners complain about loud cabin noise, unreliable electronics, and an uncomfortable ride. Even getting it insured is a hassle, thanks to all its problems. Critics say the entire C-Class lineup has reliability issues, but the 2015 C300 stands out as the worst. You might want to reconsider, even if you're passionate about it. Don't let the sleek exterior fool you. This is one luxury car you'll want to avoid. Number 15 is the Volkswagen Taos. Volkswagen wants to be a major player in the US, competing with brands like Honda and Toyota. At first glance, the Taos seemed like a strong contender in the compact SUV market, but owners quickly found plenty of reasons to regret their purchase. One of the biggest complaints? The engine. Many drivers feel the 1.5-liter turbo just doesn't have enough power. Acceleration delays and sudden stalls have left owners frustrated and worried about safety. And even after repairs, the problems keep coming back. The check engine light is another hell of trouble. It's a frequent issue linked to engine and electronic malfunctions. Many owners report electronic stability management failures that cause the vehicle to stall unexpectedly. Fueling the Taos has also been a hassle. Some drivers struggled to fill the gas tank without squeezing the nozzle dozens of times. It took several trips to the dealer to get it fixed. With nearly 100 complaints filed with the NHTSA, it's clear that Taos isn't living up to expectations. Critics praise its space and fuel efficiency, but real-world reliability tells a different story. At number 14, we have the Nissan Altima. This car looks stylish and affordable. Unfortunately, it falls among one of Nissan's most unreliable models. For the past 2 decades, owners have reported endless problems. The worst years? Models from 2013 to 2018. These cars have all sorts of issues. Faulty headlights and even front hoods that can pop open while driving. Recalls and complaints piled up, leaving frustrated owners searching for answers. But the biggest headache? The transmission. Nissan switched to a continuously variable transmission, or CVT, about a decade ago. Since then, complaints have poured in. Drivers have reported slipping gears, hesitation, and expensive repairs. And even with an extended warranty, the issues just won't go away. To keep the CVT running, it needs a flush every 40,000 to 50,000 miles with Nissan's special transmission fluid, and it's not cheap. Expect to spend between $200 and $350. Skip this, and you're asking for trouble. The older models from the 1990s were more reliable, but finding a good Altima today is tough. Number 13 is the Infiniti QX60. Do not let this car's fancy exterior fool you. Under the hood, it's a different story. Performance? Disappointing. Reliability? Questionable. Value? Not what you'd expect from a luxury SUV. If you're eyeing a used QX60, stay away from the 2014, 2015, and 2017 models. These years are packed with problems that can drain your wallet and test your patience. Endless repairs continue to be reported, and trust me, nobody wants that kind of hassle. The biggest culprit is the transmission. It's notorious for sluggish acceleration and unexpected failures, and fixing it isn't cheap. The all-wheel drive system doesn't help much either. It zaps what little power the engine has left. While the QX60 might promise luxury, in reality, it's more of a financial burden. Who wants to spend more time at the mechanic than on the road? Probably not you. Unless you're so passionate about buying one, select wisely. Dodging these troubled model years will save you from frustration. Number 12 is the GMC Sierra. If you're looking for a reliable, used, full-size pickup, skip the 2014 and 2015 GMC Sierra. These models have a long list of complaints that make them hard to recommend. Concerns pertain to air conditioning, engine, and headlights. The air conditioning system in the 2014 Sierra is a major headache. Owners face issues with the compressor, fan, and leaks, often costing over $1,100 to repair. The 2015 model didn't fare much better. Many owners report a strange mechanical noise from the engine. Some had to replace the lifters, and without warranty coverage, repairs could run up to $5,000. Transmission problems are another big concern. Drivers have complained about gears slipping, requiring costly rebuilds or even full replacements. But the most frustrating issue is the headlights. Both the 2014 and 2015 models have headlights that are so dim, drivers say they struggle to see the road at night, especially in wet conditions. Some even joke that a household flashlight would do a better job. The problem got so bad, it led to a class action lawsuit in 2015 over serious safety concerns. Coming at number 11 is the Jeep Wrangler. Year after year, Consumer Reports has ranked the 2012 Wrangler among the lowest rated vehicles, scoring just 25 out of 100 in 2024. While the Wrangler offers rugged off-road capabilities, it's also known for a long list of mechanical and electrical problems. The 2012 model, with the 3.6-liter V6, stands out for all the wrong reasons. It faces serious quality control issues, oil leaks, overheating, and engine failures. While on the wheels, you notice a rough start, rough idling, and even premature breakdowns. And it gets worse. In some cases, the engine oil gets contaminated with metallic debris, leading to exhaust emissions or, even worse, a fire hazard. Beyond engine problems, the Wrangler is notorious for creaks, rattles, and electrical glitches. If you're an off-road enthusiast, you might not mind. But if you're buying it for the looks and daily driving, these issues could become a real headache. In the 10th spot is the Chevrolet Uplander minivan. According to Consumer Reports, it's one of the least reliable American cars ever made. In fact, it's 123% worse than the average vehicle. Yes, you heard that right. Electrical failures, flimsy body parts, and unreliable power equipment are just the beginning. And let's not forget the paint, trim, and rust problems that earned it the lowest possible rating. If you enjoy spending time at the mechanic, this might be the van for you. The Uplander simply can't compete. It's outdated, unreliable, and will drain your wallet with constant repairs. For the same price, you could grab a far more reliable minivan from Honda or Toyota. Even a Hyundai Entourage would be a smarter buy. Alternatively, we already have a long list of 11 cars that are almost perfect according to Consumer Reports. At number 9 is the Chrysler Pacifica. Chrysler has a long history of reliability and longevity issues, and the 2023 Pacifica is no exception. Owners quickly realize that what seems like a great purchase at first can become a costly nightmare. The engine, transmission, electrical systems, and in-car electronics frequently have issues. Both the gas and plug-in hybrid versions suffer from poor owner satisfaction. The fuel economy is disappointing, and the engine and transmission feel unrefined. Build quality? It's exactly what you'd expect from Chrysler, below average. While the Pacifica may be better than other Chrysler models, that's not saying much. It still suffers from a range of problems. Many mechanics will tell you that working on a Chrysler means expecting something to break. And with the Pacifica, it's only a matter of time. It might seem like a great deal at first, but 18 months later, owners often find themselves facing major repairs. At number 8, we have the Volvo XC60. Engine issues are a major concern, especially after hitting 100,000 miles. Even with regular maintenance at Volvo dealerships, the XC60 engine failure is still a common complaint. A class action lawsuit revealed a major defect in the piston rings of 2013 to 2016 models with 2.0-liter and 2.5-liter engines. The faulty piston rings fail to clear oil from the cylinder walls. This causes it to burn in the combustion chamber. With time, it can lead to serious engine damage, including worn-out pistons and cylinder heads. The result is a noticeable loss of power as the engine burns oil instead of fuel. Unfortunately, similar issues persist in newer models, which questions Volvo's reliability. Beyond engine troubles, the XC60's resale value takes a major hit. Once it passes 100,000 miles, the value drops sharply. Drive it for another 100,000 miles, and it might not be worth much more than scrap. With a hefty price tag of around $53,000, the XC60 fails to deliver the reliability expected from a luxury brand. Coming at number 7 is the Mitsubishi Mirage. As the saying goes, cheap is expensive. The Mitsubishi Mirage car proves this. Its low price makes it seem like a steal, but it has a long list of drawbacks that make it one of the most regrettable car purchases. At its core, the Mirage packs a weak 3-cylinder engine. It's noisy, sluggish, and vibrates excessively. Acceleration is painfully slow, and the clumsy handling doesn't inspire confidence on the road. The cabin is cheap and made of low-quality materials. In short, comfort is not a priority. Cargo space is limited, and the overall ride quality leaves much to be desired. Safety is also a concern. The Mirage scored poorly in crash tests, and recalls have been issued due to faulty airbags and brake issues. Some owners report screeching brakes and frequent air conditioning failures. To make matters worse, Maintenance costs aren't as low as expected. Owners can spend around $5,135 in repairs within the first 10 years. And now, Mitsubishi is pulling the plug. There won't be a 2025 model. Next up is the Volkswagen Jetta. This Volkswagen model is often advertised as an affordable and stylish compact sedan. With a starting price of $21,995, it might seem like a great deal. But don't let the looks fool you. Its reliability tells a different story. Older models, especially from 2019 to 2021, come with plenty of issues. Transmission failures, engine stalling, and electrical problems have left many owners frustrated, and the many recalls have only made things worse. Defective fuel lines and airbag malfunctions have raised serious safety concerns. Crash test ratings are just average. Not exactly what you'd expect from a modern sedan. Sure, some owners love the smooth ride and decent fuel economy of 30 miles per gallon, but many complain about cheap interior materials and a lack of long-term dependability. The 2009 Jetta is notorious for transmission problems, especially with the DSG gearbox. It has had engine misfires, electrical failures, and fuel pump issues. Early 2019 models faced infotainment glitches and struggled with power window and ignition coil failures. We're down to the final 5, so subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. These last picks are so bad, you'll wonder how they even made it to the market. Number 5 is the BMW 3 Series. The BMW 3 Series offers luxury in coupe, sedan, and convertible styles. Models from 2007 to 2013 are packed with issues that make owning one frustrating and expensive. We're talking about oil leaks, excessive vibrations, and failing power windows. Owners also report power steering failures, low oil pressure, and overheating engines. These problems hurt performance and lead to costly repairs. Some models even had recalls for faulty airbags, adding safety concerns to the mix. The BMW 3 Series is quick, but keeping it on the road isn't cheap. According to a Consumer Report, the 2011 model costs about $1,030 annually. Experts say these models need constant care and lots of money. Frequent breakdowns and high repair costs make them a bad choice. Number 4 is the Renault. Renault's 2019 models face serious reliability issues that are hard to ignore. Owners report a range of problems, and faulty electrical systems top the list. These issues might start with small things, like broken windows or failing air conditioning, but they can quickly turn into major safety risks. Fuel leaks are another big concern, especially in the scenic models from 2019 onward. Pressure issues in the fuel hoses and pipes can cause dangerous leaks that are expensive to fix. Models like the Megane, Clio, and Scenic are plagued with problems. Drivers report banging noises and gears that just stop working. It makes driving stressful and unpredictable. Renault might try to downplay these issues, but the numbers don't lie. When safety, performance, and reliability are all in question, trusting these cars becomes a real challenge. In the third spot is the Jaguar XF. Although this car exudes luxury and style, owners deeply regret the 2017 model. It's widely known as the most problematic year for the XF, with endless frustration. Two major issues plague the 2013 Jaguar XF supercharger failures and the engine dying while driving, leaving owners with repair bills ranging from $2,000 to $4,000. Even worse, the engine has been reported to shut down unexpectedly and cost up to $6,000 to fix. Despite these major flaws, the 2013 XF is often found at a tempting price in used car lots, typically between $12,000 and $18,000. But don't let the lower price fool you. What seems like a great deal can quickly turn into a financial nightmare. Yes, the repair costs pile up beyond what you'd spend on a more reliable car. If you're eyeing a used Jaguar XF, it's best to steer clear of the 2013 version. A more dependable option may cost more upfront, but it will save you from costly headaches. Number 2 is the Nissan Versa. If there's one model year that you should avoid, the 2012 Nissan Versa is the undisputed winner, or loser for that matter. Previous owners will advise you to avoid it like a plague. Even worse, it has had a staggering 779 NHTSA complaints and 10 recalls. The biggest issue is a defective transmission system. The 2012 Versa has a dangerous flaw that allows it to shift out of park without pressing the brake pedal. This serious safety risk means the car can roll away and cause accidents. But the problems don't stop there. The first 2 generations of the Versa have been subject to multiple recalls. Owners have reported failures in seatbelts, airbags, powertrains, ignitions, and even GPS systems. Service brakes have also been a major concern, adding to the long list of issues. And if you think the Versa Note is a safer bet, think again. It has the same ignition and airbag issues and body and rear assembly defects. And don't be fooled by its discontinuation in North America. While they may be harder to come by on the used market, that doesn't make them more valuable or reliable. Finally, in the first spot is the Jeep Cherokee. The 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee stands out as one of the most troublesome models in its generation. With 741 complaints, it's a year that brings costly repairs at surprisingly low mileage. The biggest issue is the TIPM, or Totally Integrated Power Module. More than 200 owners report problems with the engine failing to start or taking too long. Engine complaints in 2011 were 10 times higher than in 2010. On the bright side, Jeep worked on fixing some of these issues, and by the next model year, complaints dropped by 80%, but TIPM problems aren't the only concern. The 2011 Grand Cherokee also struggles with faulty electrical wiring and poor interior styling. You'll often experience short circuits in the sun visor, a potential fire hazard. Recalls hit this model hard. The TIPM failure leads to fuel pump issues, which cause sudden stalling, often around 50,000 miles. Fixing it isn't cheap, costing over $1,000. The brake booster also got recalled due to rusting and freezing. These 17 most hated cars prove why picking the right one matters. The 2025 Owner Satisfaction Study shows they're not worth it. If you're looking for cars you can rely on, check out our next video, Top 13 Cars That Simply Never Break Down. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to keep the car facts rolling.